Hello, friends from the comic book and manga world. My name is G,
And my name is Hector.
and we'll be sharing some of our picks for the July 11th, 2022 FOC. Hector and I work for Penguin Random House, and we manage sales into the direct comic book market around the world. So the titles that we'll talk about are from those imprints and publishers that we can sell into those markets. We are also on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. So check us out at PRH International Comics, where we post some interesting news and content. So, moving forward here with our first pick.
Yes, so my first pick is Kemono Jihen Volume 1 by Sho Ayamoto. This goes on sale August 9th, and it's from Seven Seas. This is finally the English translated manga for the hit manga and hit anime series. Um, and this is a mystery action supernatural story, and it takes place in a small town just outside of Tokyo, and there's some weird things happening. There's murder, and there's this Tokyo detective who's called in to investigate, and he meets this character that you see in the cover. And I mean, I don't want to give a lot away, but there's a lot of weirdness happening with this character and with the town and with everything that's happening. It's one of those very the anime, which is what I saw. I haven't read the manga. The art and design of the characters is very beautiful. So I'm thinking also, obviously, that the manga is going to be the same. And as you can see from the cover, it is very striking. So I'm really looking forward to this one.
Cool. And my next pick, I had to pick
Yes.
this, is Yokohama Kaidashi Kikou. This is the deluxe edition one, and this is by Hitoshi Ashinano, and it goes on sale August 9th. This one stood out to me for many reasons.
Yeah.
It's an android in dying Tokyo, and the android basically takes care of the coffee shop. And there's something that is sort of sad about this story, like in the
Hmm.
context of humanity's downfall, and you witnessing this through the lens of this android. And this android is just waiting for its master to come back and continually to like run the coffee shop and interacting with like the remaining people that are left. And it is a sense of sadness, but I don't know. It's just the slice of life aspect to this. I very much enjoy. I'm a fan, obviously, of that genre, and everything about this is really interesting to me. This came out originally in the 90s, and so a lot of people who love there's like a cult following to this who love this were totally surprised by the license that Seven Seas acquired for this. So I'm super excited. Um, there will all, and this is the deluxe edition one. So we'll be seeing more
Yep.
in the future here. So yeah, this
Yeah,
is
all up for this one too. I love that. I think it's gonna have a sense of nostalgia and sadness, like you say, but in a beautiful way.
yeah.
So I'm looking forward to this one too.
There is an anime attached to this that's quite short. I haven't watched it, but I definitely do. And I do want to pick this up because it looks beautiful and
Yeah.
stunning from what we see.
Yes. And this is my next pick is Sky Grazers, and it's my Masakazu Ishiguro. It goes on sale August 30th, and this is from Kodansha USA, Vertical Comics. As you can see, there's not much to see on the cover, and there's not much of a description either. And I love that about it. That's one of the things that attract me to it. But basically, there's this strange structure called a sky grazer in this town, and people just around it. There's different kinds of people. There's like a group of kids looking for an erotic manga. There's this like sort of detective person. There's this older couple. There's like several people surrounding the structure. I don't know what the structure is. I don't know how big, how what it is, where it comes from, or anything. It's just what we see on on the description. And those of you who might have read this in the original language might know better than I do. But reading just the description, it attracted me that there's this mystery around it, and all of a sudden there's a murder right by the structure, and there has to be an investigation. And obviously, the characters that we're presented with are suspects, and then we'll probably dive into their stories. So this is another one of those mystery, sort of very strange, weird topic mangas, and I love that. And again, like I said, I love the simplicity of this cover. I don't know if this is the final cover; it might not be, but even if it is, I do love it because I love that it doesn't say much. And do you notice that there's a red leg on the R at the end, and that might be something that has to do with the plot. So
Mhm.
thank you, G, for pointing that out because yeah, it intrigued me.
I'm just
Definitely.
noticing the red dot above
Wait,
Ishiguro.
what?
Do you see that?
Oh, there's a red dot too. See, you keep noticing things. Yeah,
I mean, there
yeah.
has to be a reason, right? Like why?
Well, this is the whole thing, and we should probably do a whole different video on manga covers and how they tie so well to
Mhm.
the story. And of course, there are some that are very straightforward,
Mhm.
but I love that cover artists in manga tend to play with meaning in their covers, hidden meanings or things that are you're not only going to understand once you read the manga,
Mhm.
which I
Mhm.
love that about it.
Mhm.
Yes,
All right, and next up,
a
I've talked
must.
about this.
This
This
is a
is,
must.
you know what? I read this digitally, and I purposely wanted to wait so I can get a box set
Yeah,
to
yeah,
buy
yeah.
it all at once. I love this so much that I need to have the physical. This is Sweat and Soap. This is the manga box set one. This is by Kintetsu Imada, and this goes on sale October 18th. This is one of two box sets. So this includes volumes 1 to 6, and then obviously the next box set will come out a little bit later. I absolutely love Sweat and Soap. It's so good, very weird. I never expected that I would like it so much, but you would think based on the covers that it's very smutty. And it is, but it isn't. It doesn't really show too much, but it's more about the wholesomeness of the characters. I love that she is an employee that works for a toiletry company, and because of her chronic sweating, she loves the products that is being used, and her scent is wafted in the air as she's looking at new products at the company. And this product developer who's a prodigy and like just has a great sense of smell, smells the wafting scent of her and decides that he needs to like research her scent to like cause inspiration for new products for the company. It's like so weird and I love it so much. I could go on and on about it, but it's like one
Yeah.
of my favorite things that I've read at the end of last year and finished this year. It's great. It's great.
And
So,
it has some of the most amazing facial expressions on the covers of
yeah, yeah.
every single one. I love every single cover of these of the manga because they all have no matter what the pose and whatever they're doing, their faces are amazing, and you see two of them right here, and as an example of that.
Yeah, such an unexpected
Yeah,
surprise for me because I didn't expect to like it as much as I did, but it's great. It's great. I love it.
awesome. Yes.
Oh, this is another one of my picks.
Yeah.
This is Ramen Wolf and Curry Tiger Volume 1 by Mbus, and this goes on sale August 16th. And I've talked about this before when the
Yep.
license was first announced. I
Yeah. We
can't
did.
tell you how excited I am. I showed Hector the Japanese version. I don't even read Japanese, but I had to have it because I was
Yeah.
so excited by it. But this one, and just a brief overview, we have the tiger who really only eats out of survival and necessity. And so the wolf is trying to sort of help the tiger explore different restaurants and explore different foods to sort of encourage the tiger to sort of love food and the pleasure of eating food and like the diversity of food as well. So I really like this kind of story where you have like these two animals coming together
Yeah.
and like enjoying the food. I love food manga in
Yeah,
general.
and we
So
talked about this before
yeah.
about food
Hmm.
manga, you and I, and how it's so detailed, and it actually it's the type of literature that makes you want to eat.
Yeah,
And
yeah, yeah.
it makes you discover also food from other cultures, so it's also amazing.
Mhm,
So
mhm.
yeah.
And, for next, our cover picks.
Our cover picks, and the first ones are mine. True Cult by IDW. This is one of the new IDW originals coming out in the next few weeks, and this story, I love this story. It's sort of a mix between Clerks and Breaking Bad, and it's basically this guy. I forget his name. The character, he works at fast food and he decides to rob a bank. That's basically it. Let's leave it at that. But what we're highlighting here is the art, and the art of these two covers. There's a third one, and I wish I could have put it here because it was also awesome, but I had to like control myself and only put two. We have variant A by Kangas and variant B by Love It. And the main one, the A, it's such an amazing cover. It definitely reminds me of Clerks, especially Clerks 2, which takes place in a fast food place. And the art is beautiful, the colors are beautiful, but you also have a little bit of the money on the floor, so you get a sense of what's behind it. And then the second one is so amazing, and it has the huge hamburger and they're on top of it, and there's it's on top of somebody or a mannequin or something, we don't know. I guess we have to read to find out what that is on the bottom. And um and it also reminds me, and it seems like lately huge hamburgers have become a topic because we uh, he picked Ant-Man one, the Scotty Young cover last
Mhm,
a couple of weeks ago, and it was well, it wasn't a jam burger, it was that he was tiny, but you get the sense of it.
mhm.
So absolutely love these two. I love the type of art that we're seeing here, and can't wait to read this.
There's something, like, more gritty and nefarious about this
Yeah,
hamburger version because, like,
yeah,
it looks like blood running down
that is true.
the hamburger and that face mask.
Yeah,
Just
is it a
like
face mask? I can't tell what it is.
you could so if you look at it closely, that's what I
Yeah,
thought it is because I can see the
yeah,
string
yeah, yeah, yeah.
behind
It
it.
is face mask.
Yeah.
So it is, I guess, sort of like you know,
It looks like an
uh,
anime style,
yeah,
face
something
mask
that you
too.
would use on a bank robbery. Yeah,
Mhm. Yeah.
and then there's a gun, obviously, too,
Yeah.
dripping blood or ketchup. We're not sure. Awesome.
Alright, and then next up is my pick.
Okay,
So this
you have
is
to do explanation on
I
this
do
because
have
this
to
is, first
explain.
of all, I have to say this is the type of cover that I would pick because I'm such a huge Spider-Man fan. I mean, not that you're a fan, but I always pick like the Spider-Man stuff. And second of all, well, go with your explanation because you haven't told
Yeah.
me anything about why you picked this.
Why I picked this. So this is my Amazing Spider-Man issue number 7. This is the Gleason variant. This is a 1 in 25. The reason why I picked this is because it's super scary to me. Like
Oh,
you like I don't often get scared by villains, because like you
yeah,
have this expectation that the heroes, will ultimately win at the end. But like there's just something about Vulture tearing at his mask with his teeth
yep,
that is like very gruesome and it's so scary that I
yeah,
really enjoy and dig this cover a whole bunch. What makes this even better is Patrick Gleason, who's on Twitter, had posted this image, and that's Patrick Gleason has the Pat skull as his profile image, and what he tends to do is hide the Pat skull in
Ah,
art. So that is actually, and I did a question mark there because you can, if you look closely, you'll be able to find the pat skull
oh
as you're
yeah,
going through. So I was going to reveal where it is, but I'm not going to. But if you take a look, you'll be able to find where it is, and
where it is. Yeah, yeah, yeah,
it's kind of it's kind of nasty, and I like it.
yeah,
So that's I love this cover a lot. The way
yeah.
that it looks. Mhm.
No, it is beautiful, and I'm also a big Patrick Gleason fan, and that this is beautiful art. Like I said, this is something that usually I would pick for sure, but I love that you picked it and the reasons you picked it. Definitely,
Yeah. Yeah, I don't it just
it
it's
looks
great.
very primal, very yeah, it is scary.
Yeah. It's so scary the way that it's I don't know, it's I love it. I love it a
Yeah,
lot.
and then next pick, it's mine. Is Punisher 5, the variant cover by Jesus Says. Sorry if I mispronounced that. And I had to pick this one. And I picked a couple of the Punisher covers in the past few weeks because they're so beautiful. They're doing great job with this book. And this one, you have this jungle and you have Frank Castle there, and you see him from behind, but you see it's such a sad scene because you see holding somebody who's either passed out or dead. You assume that is she's dead. uh, but it's such a beautiful environment with such a sad image in the middle of it, and done and again so beautifully. I had to pick this. Not much else to say about this. Definitely.
Mhm.
Yeah.
The environment makes it even more
Right?
emotional
Like
because
haunting and yeah,
it
yeah.
seems like they're alone too. Like you can
Exactly.
sense
Like yeah,
it's a
yeah,
sense
like
of loneliness because of
exactly.
yeah,
You're in
yeah,
the
yeah.
middle of the jungle. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. All right, and then my next pick is the giant size Gwen Stacy issue number
Another one that
1.
I would probably have picked. But please explain why you picked this.
Yes. So first off, to explain what this is a reprint of the first 3 issues that came out in the past.
The
Um,
mini series, a three issue mini series.
the mini series. And what they're doing here with the giant size is it'll include that, but also include new material added on. So definitely want to pick it up if you want to see the new material. And then we have the Vatine main cover, which is great. I love that
Beautiful.
Gwen Stacy is just staring at the spider.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then we have the Momoko variant, which I also love because of how I guess this is the theme today. I like just the creepy covers. Like the they look
Yeah.
like dolls with like
Yeah.
this they look like Stepford Wives for me like for
You
me.
know, I was
It's
thinking Stepford Wise, and I wasn't gonna say it because
mhm.
I thought you weren't gonna get the
The
reference, but
reference.
I'm glad you got you actually brought it up. Yes, Stepford Wives.
Yes.
Totally have that Stepford Wives. And it's also sort of have that with the colors and the bubbles in the back or the circles and the phone, and then it has that 60s, 70s sort of vibe to it,
Yep. Mhm.
which is
It's
great.
like and very like they look like mechanical, like it just because their
Yeah,
faces are just
yeah,
so
yeah, yeah.
robotic the way that they look. It's creepy, but I really like it. I like this
Yes.
a lot. And next
Awesome.
up,
Next one is mine. It's Fortnite X Marvel Zero War 3. This is the Derek Shoe variant. And, Marvel is really, uh, aside from great story, they're hitting it out of the park with all the covers. And there's so many variants, but so many great artists. I'm a huge Derek Shoe fan, but aside from that, also I'm such a huge fan of these two characters. And I mentioned to G, I think this is the my favorite couple in all of Marvel universe. Because I love these two characters so much, and I love their interactions when they're together and when they're not, when they're fighting each other too, arguing with each other. So you have Gambit and you have Rogue, and it's such a classic look for them. Very beautiful. You still see, Remy's, you know, playing cards around, but they're kind of burned. It's such a classic, like I said, X-Men Marvel cover, but and it done in a very beautiful way.
Mhm.
So that's why it's my pick, definitely.
It looks like from the front, it looks classic, but from the back, it looks very like domestic, right?
Yeah,
Like kind of like they're just on like it looks like a cabin back there. I don't know what it
it
is, but
is. Yeah, it looks either a cabin, but I see some pine trees. Yeah,
yeah,
it's like a cabin and up in the mountains or something.
yeah, like they're vacationing or something like that.
Yeah, but then you see the playing cards
And you
sort of
know it's
flying
not.
around, and
Yeah.
they're a little bit burnt, so they've been used for something
Uh,
other than playing cards.
yeah.
I think, I mean, again, I hate to say this, but it is. I think it is a ratio variant. I think it is a 1 in 50, if I'm not correct. But please don't quote me completely. Let us know if you can't find it out. We'll let you
We'll
know.
let you know. Yeah.
We'll find out in our system. And then this is the announcement, the news at the end. That was our picks. And Marvel this week announced a Wakanda series coming in October. And these are the three covers that they released with that announcement. The main cover is in the middle, and that one, sorry, I need to get my notes. That is my Matthias Montanini, and then the one on the right is Sanliu Lau Arjun, and Nick Klein is the one for the artist for the one in the left. And it's a new book. We're really excited because what was the description again? And it was sort of
Yeah.
like,
It's a history of Black Panthers with each issue, which is, I think, very interesting. So you could
yeah,
see the different who had the different iterations taking up the mantle of Black Panther. Interesting, very interesting series that I'm looking forward to.
yeah, definitely. And it's you know, as we're getting closer to Wakanda Forever coming soon. So,
Yes.
which we're also really, really excited for.
Very, very excited for.
Yes.
So that concludes for today. Please note that the opinions that Hector and I made in this video is our own opinions and doesn't reflect the opinions of Penguin Random House, its imprints, its publishers, or the publishers that we represent. And as a reminder, check out our social media channels. So here on YouTube, but also on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. We have fun with these, so be sure to comment, ask any questions, engage with us. We love to hear from you,
Oh
and
yeah.
come back for more because we do this every week. So
Yep.
bye everyone.
Bye.